All right, welcome bowling fans. We have another afternoon of high school bowling for you, coming from River City Lanes in Napoleon, Ohio. We've got Rossford Bulldogs versus Napoleon Wildcats. We've got boys on lanes 1 through 4 and the girls on lanes 5 through 8. Napoleon boys and girls are 2-0 in conference play, with wins over Clay and Bowling Green. We went down to the state kickoff tournament last weekend. Girls ended up finishing 5th overall. We've got another tournament coming up this weekend up in Toledo. Again, we'll be trying to run 2 live streams for that, one for the boys and one for the girls. Hope you guys can join us. So Brenna Massey up on lane 5 starts the girls out with a strike. Alexa Miller up now. And Alexa drops all 10 for a strike. Lily Light up on lane 7. She drops all 10 for a strike for Napoleon. Rossford with a missed spare opportunity on lane 6, where she gets a total of 8 for the frame. Spare pickup from Rossford down on lane 8, successful. She picks that up, nice ball. Evidently not all 10 dropped for Lily. There's a 10 pin out there. And she missed her spare opportunity. Rossford up now on lane 5. That one hits Light into the pocket, pickup of 7, leaves the 2-4-5. Avery Badenhop, one of our seniors, and 9 count for her, leaving a 10 pin. Spare attempt from Rossford on lane 8, just misses. Another missed spare opportunity for Rossford on lane 6. Avery now takes aim at the 10 pin on lane 7. And she's a little inside. She'll miss that one. So 9 count for her. Rossford with a pickup of 9 on her first ball on lane 6, leaves the 2 pin. Lily now down on lane number 8. That one goes a little high, leaves the 4 pin standing, pickup of 9. Sophia Coors gets that one way outside, pickup of 9, leaves the 7 pin. Another missed spare by Rossford on lane 6. Lily now, spare attempt, picks it up. All right, if I can get somebody in the chat to give me a thumbs up or let me know you guys can hear me all right. Brenna now up on lane number 6 for Napoleon. That one came in a little light, ends up leaving the 3, 5, 6, and 9. Oh, and it goes down for Sophia. She just barely clipped the 7 pin. Just enough to rock it and get it to fall. Avery goes left of the head pin, misses the pocket, leaves the 1, 3, 6, 10. Rossford with a pickup of 8 on lane 7, leaves the 4-7. Brenna now, spare attempt. And she picks up 2 out of the 4, so an 8 count for her in the second frame. And Avery will pick up just 1 more, so a total of 7 for her in the second frame. Alexa Miller up now, lane number 6. That one comes light into the pocket, just barely clips the head pin, ends up splitting on her, leaving the 2, 4, and 10. All right, Sophia up now in lane number 8. Again, that gets that one started way outside. Comes back to the pocket though. Pickup of 9 leaves the 6 pin. Alexa now, spare attempt. Good attempt, but only picks up 2 out of the 3. So an open frame for Alexa. Lily up now, lane number 7. And she picks up 9. Looks like the 4 pin left. Brenna up now, lane number 5. And that won't get back to the pocket, ends up leaving the 1, 3, 6. That was her second ball. Lily now, spare attempt, and she picks it up. Nicely done. And Alexa buries that one for a strike on lane number 5. Avery up now, lane number 7. And she gets a little extra pin fall, ends up picking up 9, leaves the 5 pin. Avery now, spare attempt, picks it up. And a spare attempt from Rossford, unsuccessful, down on lane 5. Sophia up now, lane number 7. That looks a little better off her hand. Looked like that one might have went a little bit high. Ends up with a pickup of 7. Leaves the 2, 4, 7. Lily now up on lane 8. And she topples all 10, gets the strike. All right, Sophia up now for her spare attempt, lane number 7. And she picks it up, nicely done. Avery Badenhop up now on lane 8. Brenna up on lane 6. And Avery with the strike. And Brenna's ball splits, ends up leaving the 3, 7. Sophia up now, lane number 8. So again, swings that one out wide. just barely makes it back to the pocket. Pickup of 8 leaves the 6-10. Brenna won't pick up any additional, an 8 count for her, and I believe it's the 4th frame. Alexa up now, lane number 6. And Alexa with a pickup of 8. Looks like the 2-4 left. Sophia picks up 1 out of the 2 with a 9 count in the 4th frame. Alexa now, spare attempt. And she picks it up. Rossford picks up a few more in lane 7. So a total of 8 for her in the, again, I think this is the 4th frame. Got Lily coming up on lane number 7. Working on a strike after the last ball. That one goes a little bit high. Pickup of 8 leaves the 6-10. Brenna up for Napoleon on lane number 5. And Brenna picks up, looks like 9. Yep, 9 count. Lily now with her spare attempt. Good looking ball, picks it up. Brenda now, spare attempt on lane 5. And she picks that up. Avery now, lane number 7. Swings that one out wide. Doesn't quite get back to the head pin. Leaves the 1-2. Looks like the 7-8-9. One, 2, 4, 7. 1, 2, 4, 7, 9. Sorry. No, 1, 2, 8. Yeah, 1, 2, 7, 8, 9. Alexa picked up a 9 count on her first ball. She'll be coming up. Avery picks up all but 1, so a 9 count for her. I believe that's the 5th frame. Alexa, spare attempt, picks it up. All right, we'll switch over to the boys' action here in just a second. Rossford with a 2-8-10 split on lane 4. Won't pick up any additional, so a 7 count for him. Rossford also on lane 3. Nice ball from him for a strike. Fox Taylor up on lane 2. And Fox drops all 10 for the strike. So that's a pair of strikes for him, back to back. Christian Horner also with a pair of strikes, back to back. Just picked up his second one on lane number 4. Slade McCorkle coming up for Napoleon on lane number 2. Slade lets that one go. That one goes a little bit high, ends up picking up 8, leaves a 6-10. Andrew Gallagher now on lane number 4. And Andrew doesn't quite get it back to the pocket, ends up picking up 7, leaving the 1-2-10. Rossford picks up their spare down on lane number 1. Rossford with a strike on lane number 3. Slade picks up his spare. Andrew now, spare attempt. Picks up 2 out of the 3. It's a tough one to get. Got to get on the left side of that head pin and drive it back into the 10. Hitting a round pin with a round ball and getting it to go at the angle you wanted is not as easy as it sounds. Hunter Ayler's up now, and he splits. Looks like the 4-7-10 on lane number 4. Rossford picks up 7. Leaves the 1-3-9 on lane 2. Hunter now, spare attempt. Nice attempt there, picks up 2 out of 3. Christian Horner up now, lane number 3. And he drops all 10 for a strike. That's 3 in a row now for him. Fox picked up 8 on his first ball, leaving a 6-10. His spare attempt coming up on lane 1. And he drops those 2. Rossford with a 9 count, leaving the 8 pin on lane 2. And a strike for Rossford. Or I'm sorry, that's Garrett Hull for Napoleon on lane 3 with the strike. Garrett in for, must be Andrew. Slade picked up 9 on his first ball down in lane 1, talking to the coach. And Hunter picks up 9 on lane number 3. Looks like a 2-pin left. And Slade missed his spare opportunity on lane 1. So an open frame for Slade. Rossford missed his spare opportunity on lane 4. Hunter with a spare opportunity picks his up on lane 3. Another missed spare opportunity from Rossford on lane 2. Rossford drops all 10 for a strike on lane number 1. And Christian with another strike. That's now 4 in a row for him. Rossford with a strike on the neighboring lane, lane 3. Fox now, lane 2. That one goes left of the head pin. Carries for the Brooklyn strike. Garrett drops all 10. Looked like it did come in light from the light to the pocket, but it was enough to carry. So a double for him. Slade now, lane number 2. And he goes high, picks up 8, leaves the 3-6. Hunter, nice ball there with a strike. That was on lane number 4. Rossford on lane 3 drops all 10 for a strike. Spare attempt from Rossford down on lane 1, picks it up. Slade now, spare attempt. Trying to pick up the 3-6, and he does so. Another strike for the Rossford bowler on lane number 4, their 4th bowler. Looks like he's got at least 4 strikes in a row now. 9 count from Rossford down on lane number 1. split on lane number 2 for Rossford, leaving the 4-7-10. Christian Horner up now for Napoleon. Lane number 3. Nice ball from Christian. Roll. Oh, just missed the rolling. So he gets 9, leaves the 10-pin standing. I thought the 1 pin was going to roll over into it, but rolled just in front. Rossford with a 6 count on lane number 4. Missed the head pin. Leaves the 1, 2, 4, and 8. Christian now trying to clean up his spare in lane number 3. Got it. Got to make those easy spares. And Fox topples all 10 for a strike, so he's with a double again. Rossford picks up their spare on lane 4. 8 count for Rossford down on lane 2, leaving the 2-8. Yeah, 2-8. Garrett comes in a little light, leaves a 2-4-5, pickup of 7. Spare attempt from Rossford, missed on lane 2. Garrett up now, his spare attempt on lane 3. Slade also with a spare attempt on lane 1. Both of them successful, both picked up. And a strike for the Rossford bowler on lane number 2. Hunter up now, lane number 3 for Napoleon. And Hunter picks up 6, leaves the 2, 4, 5, and 8. Fox now getting ready to start the 10th frame on lane number 2. He goes high, leaves the 3, 6, 10, pickup of 7. Spare attempt from Hunter, lane number 3, picks it up. All right, Fox, second ball, 10th frame, and he'll miss. So Fox ends up with a 171 for game number 1. Rossford's first bowler ends up with a 146. Christian with a strike there to start the 10th frame on lane number 4. 8 count for Rossford on lane number 3. 5 count for Rossford down on lane number 1. Slade now his 10th frame. Starts out with a strike. Christian now, second ball, 10th frame. Another nice ball from Christian and another strike. Nice pickup by Rossford down on lane number 1. He'll get 1 additional ball. Slade up now, second ball, 10th frame. He comes in light, splits. Leaves the 2, 4, 8, and 10. Christian now, last ball, 10th frame. Comes in a little light, picks up 7 more. He'll finish with a 202. Nice game, Christian. Rossford's fourth bowler finished with a game of 240. Nice game. Rossford's second bowler finished with a 138. Slade McCorkle finishes with a 179. Garrett started out the 10th frame with a strike. Rossford's third bowler picks up 2 out of the 4 and finishes with a 144. 9 count from Rossford on the left lane, lane 3. Garrett missed the head pin, picks up 7 on his second ball in the 10th. Rossford, spare attempt, picks it up. So he'll get 1 more in the 10th. Garrett, last ball, 10th frame, picks up 1 more. So he and Andrew will combine for a 158. So Lily finished with a 177 for Napoleon on the girls' side. We'll switch back to there in a little bit here. Avery Badenhop finishes up with a 125. So Hunter Ehlers finished up with a 166. Rossford's 5th boy bowler finished with a 198. So unofficially, I've got Napoleon boys with 876, Rossford with 866, so a 10-pin lead going into the second individual game. All right, switch back to the girls. Well, maybe I was on the girls. No, I'm on the girls, okay. Sophia Coors finishing up her 10th frame. Started out with a strike. Also had strikes in the 8th and 9th frames. Picks up 7 more. Leaves the 3, 5, and 6. And she picks it up. So 176 for Sophia Coors. Brenna Massey up, 10th frame. That one goes left side or right side. Brooklyn for lefty. Picks up 9, leaves a 7-pin. Rossford's bowler picks up 7 on her first ball in her 10th frame. Brenna now, spare attempt, misses. So she'll end up with a 134. Rossford's bowler picks up the spare. She'll get 1 more in the 10th. Brings up Alexa Miller on the right lane, lane 6. Maybe a little light into the pocket. Picks up 9 though, leaves the 2-pin. Looks like 5 more for the Rossford bowler. She'll finish with a 95. Alexa picks up her spare. She'll get one more. So I have the Rossford girls with 98 for the first bowler, second bowler 84, third bowler 95, fourth bowler 88, fifth bowler 104. Brenna sitting at a 134. Lily with a 177. Avery with a 125. And Sophia with a 176. Nice the ball there, but she gets kind of robbed. It leaves the 710, but it's her last ball. So she finishes up with a 171. So unofficially, I've got the score for the Napoleon girls, 783 to 469, a lead of 314 pins. All right, we'll switch back to the boys. Garrett with a strike there in lane number 4. That's his first frame. Slade up now, down on lane number 2. And he splits, leaves the 4, 6, and 10. Pickup of 7. Hunter Ehlers with a nice ball there for a strike on lane 4. Rossford with a strike down on lane number 1. Rossford with a strike on lane number 3. Slade picks up 2 more. Strike for Rossford on lane number 4. Christian up now, lane number 3. He had an 8 count in his first frame. Picks up 7, leaves the 2, 4, 5, maybe a little light into the pocket. So the bowlers want to hit ideally between the 1 and 3 pins, but again, it's not always enough to hit just between the 1 and the 3 pins. A lot of it depends on the angle that the ball is coming in at as well. If the ball rolls a little long and breaks later, it may still hit the 1, 3, but it's coming in at a much steeper angle and it won't carry. Garrett up now, lane number 3. And all 10 pins drop for him, back-to-back strikes. Fox Taylor down on lane 1, and he gets 9, leaves a 10 pin. He had a 9 spare in the first frame. Rossford missed their spare attempt on lane 4. A spare for Rossford on lane 2 just a moment ago. And Hunter with 9, can't get the 10 pin kicked out. And Fox misses his spare attempt, so an open for him in the second frame. Still looking for somebody in the chat to let me know you guys can hear me. Slade picks up a strike there in lane number 1. All right, go through the scores here for the boys' side. Hunter had a 166. Christian Horner, 202. 171, Fox Taylor. 179, Slade McCorkle. 158 for a total of 876. On Rossford's side, total of 866. So my scores match the coaches. We'll see if we can get the girls here in a little bit. Fox up now, lane number 2. And that comes in light. Gets a little extra pinfall, leaves just the 110. Christian now, spare attempt on lane 4 at the 2-4-5. And he gets 2 out of the 3. Looks like he was a little left of his target. picks up now for spare attempt on lane 2. Garrett up on lane 4. Garrett's got it dialed in. That's 3 in a row now for him. Fox missed both, so an 8 count for him in the 3rd. So after an early spare, he's got 2 open frames. Slade up now, right lane, lane 2. That one goes a little high, ends up leaving the 4-7. Hunter, another 10 pin left for him. That was on lane 4. A 9 count for Rossford down on lane 1, left a 6 pin. Hunter, spare attempt, all over it. Rossford also picked up their spare. Slade picked up his spare in lane number 2. Christian up now, lane number 3 for Napoleon. And missed the head pin, leaves the 1-2-4. So it looks like we've got Oliver Franz in for Fox Taylor in lane number 1. Oliver's first ball is a strike. Nice ball. Oliver, one of our 2 freshmen this year. And 2 out of 3 for Christian on lane number 3. So a 9 count for him, so back-to-back opens. Slade McCorkle with a 9 on lane number 1, left a 10 pin. Rossford picks up all but 1 on a good attempt on lane number 4. Nice ball there from Garrett, another strike. All right, thank you for letting me know you guys can hear me. Appreciate it. Rossford picks up their spare on lane number 2. Hunter up now, and he gets all 10 drop for a strike on lane 3. Let's switch over to the girls' match real quick. We've got Sophia Kors coming up on lane number 8 with her first ball. Macy Eichers with a spare ball on lane number 5. Macy picks up 2 out of the 3. Sophia picks up 8. Looks like leaves the 1-3. Looks like Andrew Gallagher has come in for Christian. He ends up leaving the 2-4-8-10. That'll be off to the left, extreme left-hand side of your screen. Sophia now, spare attempt. Won't quite get there. Brenna Massey up now on lane number 6 for Napoleon. And that barely gets back to the head pin. It splits on her. Leaves the 3, 6, and 7. Rossford picks up 2 out of 3 on lane number 5. Another strike for Garrett Hull on lane 4, again to the extreme left. Lily Light with a strike. That's back-to-back strikes, I believe. Yep. Brenna, spare attempt. And she won't pick up any additional, so a 7 count for her. Sarah Ford, one of our new bowlers on the girls' side, up on lane number 7. Picks up 1 on her first ball. Macy with a strike there on lane number 6 for Napoleon. Rossford picks up the 10 pin on lane number 8. Rossford misses their spare conversion on lane 5. And Sarah picks up a couple of more. Sophia now, lane number 7 for Napoleon. And she gets 9, leaves the 6 pin. Lily up now, lane number 8. And she pulls that one left of the head pin, but it picks up 9, leaves the 9 pin. Sophia now, her spare attempt on lane 7. And just goes by it. Open frame for her. Lily, spare attempt on lane 8. She's got it. Brenna up on lane 5. And she picks up 8, leaves the 2-7.
We need coach.
All right, Brenna up. Lane 5. Almost converts it. Nice attempt there. Picks up 1 more. Macy up now, lane number 5. Picks up 9, leaves a 6 pin. Sophia up now, lane number 8. Nice ball from Sophia, strike for her. Macy picks up her spare in lane number 5. Lily up lane number 7. And she gets 9, leaves a 7 pin standing. All right, we'll switch back over to the boys. Garrett up, lane number 4. Oh, and an 8 pin. So that was a run of 6 strikes in a row, interrupted by an 8 pin. Let's see if he can pick up the spare here. spare for Rossford there on lane number 3. Oh, and Garrett just goes by the 8-pin. So an open frame for Garrett. Brings up Hunter now, lane number 4. That one goes high, leaves the 3-6-10. Rossford comes in light, leaves the 1-3-7-9. Hunter nicely converted, the 3-6-10. That can be a tricky one. Andrew Gallagher, as I said, now in for Christian. Had a strike in the last frame. That one goes high, leaves a 9-pin, pickup of 9. And Rossford gets the 10-pin kicked out, and a strike for them on lane number 4. Rossford now, lane number 2. Nice ball there for a strike. Andrew now, spare attempt, lane number 3. Picks it up. Rossford with a strike on lane 4. Garrett back up, lane number 3. And he picks up 6, leaves the 2, 4, 5, and 8. Rossford up now, lane number 1. Pickup of 9. Looks like maybe a 4-pin left. Oliver up now, lane number 2. Nice ball from Oliver and another strike. So Oliver with a strike, an open, a spare, and a strike since he's subbed in for Fox. Rossford picks up the spare in lane 1. Slade now, lane 2. Misses the head pin, leaves the 1, 2, 4, and 10, a washout. And Hunter drops all 10 for the strike on lane number 3. Andrew picks up a strike on lane number 4. Slade picks up the washout. Nice ball from him. Garrett now, lane number 4, and he drops all 10. Rossford up lane number 3. Oliver coming up on lane number 1 for Napoleon. Rossford with a strike on lane 3. Oliver now on lane 1. And he drops all 10. That's back-to-back strikes for Oliver. Rossford picks up the 6-10 for their spare on lane 2. Andrew Gallagher up now, lane 3. Slade first on lane 1. That one missed the head pin to the left. Pickup of 7. Andrew with a strike there. That's to start the 10th frame. So building on all the Wildcats on lanes 3 and 4 struck there in the 9th frame. Slade got 7 on his first ball, spare attempt. Picked up 1 more, so an 8 count for him. Andrew now, second ball, 10th frame. And picks up 9. And a strike for the Rossford bowler with the messenger coming across. Take out the 4-pin. Rossford's 4th bowler on a run of strikes. You can see at least 5 up on the board. An open frame for Rossford down on lane 2. Strike for Rossford down on lane 1. Andrew Gallagher, spare attempt, lane 3, picks it up. He'll get, and that was his last ball, so a 160 game. So Andrew and Christian combined for 160. A 221 game for Rossford's 4th bowler. Striking out in the 10th frame. 9 count for Garrett on his first ball just a moment ago on lane number 3. Looks like a 6-pin left. Oliver up now, lane number 2. And 9 count with a 7-pin left. Rossford splits, picks up 7. Looks like the 6, 7, 10. Garrett picks up the spare. He'll get 1 more on the 10th on lane number 3. Oliver now, spare attempt on lane 2. Trying to convert the 7-pin, picks it up. Rossford picks up 2 out of the 3. So Garrett now, last ball, 10th frame, and picks up 8 more. Nice game of 223 for Garrett Hall. Slade picks up 8 on his first ball, the 9th frame. Looks like the 4-7 left. Hunter up now, lane 3, 10th frame, starts out with a strike. So we're working on strikes in the 8th and 9th frames is Hunter. If Hunter strikes out, looks like he can max out at a 217. Rossford's 5th bowler finished up with a 190. Hunter with a 9 count, leaving the 10-pin. So drops his max score to a 206. Oliver up now. And looks like he gets 9 on his first ball, leaving a 6-pin. 9 count also for Rossford on lane number 2. Hunter picks up his spare, finishes with a 206. Nice game, Hunter. Oliver now, spare attempt in the 10th, looking to get 1 more ball after this. Got it. So he'll get 1 more. Spare attempt from Rossford. Picks it up, so he'll get 1 more as well. Switch over to the end of the girls' match here just in a moment. And 9 more for Oliver, and a 171 combined with Fox. Rossford's first bowler with a 157. Lily Light just finished with a 194 in game number 2. Nice game, Lily. Rossford's second bowler splits, leaves the 2, 6, and 7. Slade with a strike on his first ball in the 10th. Second ball coming up. And he splits, pickup of 7. Looks like the 4, 7, 10. Sarah Ford will finish with a 68. Slade McCorkle picks up 2 more, finishes with a 168. All right, we'll switch over to the girls. Rossford's second bowler finished with a 184. Sophia picks up 6 on her first ball in the 10th frame. Leaves the 1, 3, 6, and 7. And 4 more, for Rossford on lane 6. So she'll finish with a 134. Sophia now, spare attempt. Picks up 3 out of 4. Finishes with a 125. Rossford's fourth girl bowler finished with a 133. Fifth bowler with a 112. Rossford's second boy bowler finished with a third bowler finished with a 174. So that gives me Napoleon in game 2 had 928, Rossford with 926. So I've got the totals at 1804 to 1792, a difference of 12 pins moving into the Bakers. Brenna got 7 on her first ball in the 10th. Spare attempt upcoming. Picks it up. She'll get 1 more. So yeah, 206 Hunter Ehlers, 223 Garrett Hull, 168 Slade McCorkle, and then 2 sub bowlers at 160, 171 for 928. Rossford with 926, 1804, and 1792. Difference of 12 pins. And Brenna gets 8 more to finish with 144. Rossford's second girl finished with 116. Their third girl just finished up a moment ago with 131. Macy, 7 pins stood back up on her. She's left with the 5-7 split, pickup of 8 on her first ball. And she'll pick up one of the two, and finishes with 162. So I've got a total for Napoleon girls of 693 to 626. See if I can get this up on the screen here for you guys. All right, looks like we've got the girls on 7 and 8 for their Baker games, and the boys on 1 and 2. So we'll have to switch back and forth here. We'll start out on the girls here, but we'll probably flip over to the boys because that's a much closer match. Don't worry though, if the girls aren't on screen or the boys aren't on screen, I will announce what's going on. So Christian Horner starts things off with a strike for the boys down on lane 1. Rossford boys with a split to start game number 1, the 4-7-10. All right, while the girls are getting set up here, we'll switch down to the boys. So the boys with Napoleon boys with a second strike. Garrett Hall up now, third boy bowler. Another strike for the boys. Was able to kick that 10-pin out. Rossford up now for the boys on lane 2. And a strike for Rossford. Andrew up now, lane number 1 for the Napoleon. And another strike for the boys. 4 in a row to get things started. Rossford boys, lane 2. Pickup of 7, leaving the 1-3-6. Hunter Ehlers drops all 10, so 5 strikes in the first 5 frames for Napoleon. Christian up again, lane or frame number 6. And another strike. Seven count for Rossford boys. All right, Wildcat girls opened up with 2 open frames, but so did the Rossford girls. Avery Badenhop with a strike just a moment ago on lane number 7. Oliver with a split there, picked up 8. Looks like the 4-9 left. Rossford missed their spare attempt in the 4th frame. Brenna Massey got 9 on her first ball, leaving a 4-pin. Oliver now, spare attempt, lane number 1. And he won't pick up any additional, so we're sitting at 174 in the 7th. Rossford's pin wobbles, but it does not go down. I think that was a 5-pin. And another strike for Garrett to get back on the strike train. Rossford now, spare attempt. And Lily with a strike in the 5th frame for Napoleon after Avery picked up her spare. Andrew Gallagher now, 9th frame. And he picks up 9. Rossford with a strike in the 6th frame for the boys. Airy with 9 on her first ball, lane number 7, leaving a 2-pin. Andrew picks up the spare. Ariana Kiesling for the girls, that is. Rossford boys, 7th frame. Picks up a strike. Hunter Ehlers now, lane number 1. Strike for him to start the 10th frame. Sarah Ford picks up 7 on her first ball. Leaves the 2-4-5. Rossford comes in light to the pocket, wash out in the 8th frame, leaving the 1-2-4 and the 10. 9 count for Hunter, leaving a 7-pin. So Napoleon boys will finish with either a 233 or a 234 in this first Baker game. Open frame for Rossford in lane number 2. And Hunter picks up the spare. So 234. All right. Switch over to the girls' side. Avery picks up 7 to start with, but splits, leaving the 2, 4, and 10. Avery now, spare attempt, picks up 2 out of the 3. So Rossford sitting at 124 in the 9th with an open. Best they can do is 154, so Napoleon will definitely extend their lead out from the 12 pins after the individuals. Brenna with 9 to start the 9th frame. Rossford with a strike on the boys' side to start the 10th frame. An open frame for the for Rossford girls in the 8th frame. Brenna, spare attempt. Opens up. Rossford now. Boys, lane 2, pickup of 8 on their second ball. Lily now, 10th frame. Gets 9, leaves the 4-pin standing. And a spare pickup by Rossford on lane 8. And Rossford boys will finish the first Baker game with a 142. So that extends Napoleon's lead out to 104 pins. Lily picked up her spare, so she'll get one more in the 10th. Rossford picks up 7 to start the 10th frame, leaving the 3, 5, and 6. Lily, last ball, 10th frame. Picks up 7 more, so 136 for the girls in Baker game 1. Remember, it's 2 individual games followed by 3 Baker games. Total pinfall wins the match. Rossford's last ball, 10th frame. Ends up picking up, looks like 8 more, so is that a 107? Yeah, 107. So extends Napoleon's lead on the girls' side to 410 pins. 1612 to 1202. All right, switch back over to the boys' side. We're getting ready to start the second Baker game. Christian Horner up to start. Picks up 7, leaving the 2-4-5. Boys on the right lane now in the second Baker game. Rossford slid the 7-pin, but it didn't go down. They'll have to reset it. And Christian opens up, picks up 2 out of 3. So a 9 in the first. Ariana Kiesling with a strike to start things off for the Lady Cats. Rossford girls start out with 6. We've got Luke Leahy, he's our other freshman bowler. And he starts out with a strike. And Rossford picks up the 7. So a spare for them in the second frame, or I'm sorry, first frame, second Baker game. Sarah Ford got 7 on her first ball, up to 1-2-9. Another strike for Napoleon. This one by Garrett Hall. Another strike by Rossford. So back-to-back, or I'm sorry, back-to-back strikes for Napoleon. First strike for Rossford. Andrew Gallagher up. And he picks up 9. And Rossford gets the 7-pin kicked out that time. So back-to-back strikes for them. Macy Eicher starts out third frame with 9, leaving a 2-pin. Sarah picked up 2 additional for a total of 9 in the second frame. Andrew picks up the spare. Rossford again leaving a 7-pin. Pickup of 9 on the boys' side. Macy's spare attempt. Hunter picks up 9. Leaves a 3-pin. Macy missed her spare attempt just a moment ago. Hunter now, spare attempt. Picks it up. Alexa Miller with a strike for the Lady Cats. 9 count for Rossford over on lane number 1 for the boys. Christian back up to start the 6th frame. And he drops all 10 for the strike. A little more energy from the boys today than down at Columbus. It's nice to see. And a big split for Lily, leaving the 6-7. Pickup of 8 in the 5th frame. Luke Leahy up now, lane number 2 for Napoleon. That one misses the pocket. He leaves the washout, the 1, 2, 4, and 10. Rossford girls pick up a spare in the 4th. And a 5 count for Rossford, leaving the 1, 2, 4, 7. And I think it's the 9. Luke now, spare attempt. Nice attempt, picks up 3 out of the 4. So we're sitting at 125 in the 7th frame on an open frame. Rossford picks up the spare. That's in the 6th frame for them. And Garrett tattoos one. A strike for him. Strike for the Lady Cats coming from Ariana Kiesling in the 6th frame. Sarah Ford now for the girls. And she picks up, looks like 7, leaving the 1, 8, 9. Andrew Gallagher now, lane number 2. And he gets all 10 to fall for a strike. So back-to-back strikes for the Wildcat boys. Rossford picks up 1 out of 2, so a 9 count for them in the 7th. They're sitting at 130 in the 7th. Hunter picks up 9 to start the 10th frame. So we were 123, I believe, in the 7th, or 125 in the 7th. Rossford is 130. And then we went back-to-back strikes. Rossford just got 8 on their first ball in the 8th frame. And then Hunter picks up the spare there. 9 count for Macy on lane number 8. Sarah picked up 1 more, so a total of 8 pins for her. in the 7th frame. Hunter now to close things out. And another strike for Hunter. So 194 for Napoleon boys. We'll switch back over to the girls. Alexa Miller up now, 9th frame. Rossford boys with a strike in the 9th frame, so their last bowler coming up. Alexa with a strike for the Lady Cats. So Rossford pick up 6 to start the 10th frame. Looks like the 1, 3, 6, and 9 left. And Lily with a split, the 5, 7. Pickup of 8 to start the 10th frame. And Rossford opens up in the 10th, finishes with 161. So unofficially, I've got Napoleon up by 137 pins with 1 Baker game to go. Lily now, spare attempt. And just misses outside. So 137 for the Wildcat girls. Rossford's 4th bowler, finishing up the 9th frame, picks up 4 more, I'm sorry, for a total of 7. Rossford's girls start with 7 in the 10th frame, leaving the 1, 2, 9. Switch back over to the boys. Rossford starts the 1st frame with 8 on 2 balls, 5 and 3. Slade McCorkle picks up, oh, I thought that was going to topple. Picks up 8 on his first ball, leaving the 3, 6. I thought the 6 was going to fall and fall right into the 3 pin, but it stood back up. 7 count for Rossford on their first ball in the 2nd frame. Slade now, spare attempt, picks it up. So 85 is the Rossford girls' 2nd Baker total. So I've got unofficially 1749 to 1287, a lead of 462 pins. Luke Leahy, our other freshman, up again. 2nd frame for Napoleon. And that one's a little too far outside, ends up in the channel. 9 count for Rossford, leaving a 10 pin. Ariana Kiesling starts the girls out with a 9 count, leaving a 10 pin on the first ball of the 3rd Baker game. And Rossford with a spare in the 3rd frame. Luke now up. And he picks up, looks like 5. Fox Taylor up now, 4th bowler. And he gets all 10 to fall for a strike. Sophia Coors with a strike on lane number 8 for Napoleon. Garrett Hall, 8 count, leaving the 2-8. All right, we'll switch back over to the girls. Macy up. This is the 3rd frame. Macy goes left of the head pin, pick up of 5 maybe. Leading the 1, 2, 8, 9, and 10. Garrett did pick up the spare a moment ago. Andrew Gallagher, pickup of 8. Rossford girls with a 6 count in the 3rd frame. Macy picks up 2 more, so a total of 7 for her in the 3rd frame. Andrew, spare attempt, picks it up. And Rossford picks up 4 more on the girls' side. So an 8 count for them in the 3rd. So after 3 frames, Napoleon 44 in the 3rd, open frame, and Rossford 34. Really gets that ball started too far outside, it ends up in the channel. And a strike there. I believe that was from Slade for the boys. Rossford boys pick up a spare in the 6th frame. Luke coming up now for Napoleon. Lily, 2nd ball, 4th frame. And Luke picks up 7. Lily picks up 9 on her 2nd ball. Rossford girls with a strike in the 4th frame. Their 5th bowler starting out the 5th frame with 6. Leaving the 1, 2, 4, and 8. Alexa Miller up now in the 5th frame. Luke picked up the spare. Fox Taylor up now for Napoleon. And can't get the 5-pin drop. Pin laid down right in front of it, but didn't touch it. Or no, I guess that's further back. That looks like maybe an 8-pin. And Alexa missed her spare attempt on the 5th frame, so a 9 count for her in the 5th. Strike for Rossford boys. That's 3 in a row now for them. That's to start the 10th frame. Fox picks up his spare. That's in the 8th frame. Rossford girls pick up 1 more, an 8 count for her in the 6th frame. Ariana Kiesling, pickup of 9, leaves the 2-pin to start the 6th frame. Garrett Hall with a strike for the Wildcat boys in the 9th frame. Six count for the Rossford girls. Start the 7th frame, leaving the 1, 3, 6, and 9. Ari picks up the spare. Rossford boys with a 6 count, 2nd ball, 10th frame. Andrew Gallagher now starts the 10th frame with a strike. Sophia Kaur is up now. And Sophia picks up 9, leaves a 7-pin standing for now. Rossford girls pick up 2 more for a total of 8 in the 7th frame. They're sitting at 76 in the 7th. Andrew now, 2nd ball, 10th frame. And another strike. So back-to-back strikes for Andrew. And Sophia won't get her spare, so they're sitting at 90 in the 7th. Andrew, last ball, 10th frame, picks up 6 more. So 188 on the 3rd Baker game. So Baker games of 234, 194, and 188. So a 24-20 for your Wildcat boys. 189 is what the Rossford boys finished up with. So 22-84. So a victory for your Wildcat boys by 136 pins, averaging 186.15 today. Now we've got some dead wood in the lane. Coach Marcia is going down to kick it out. Oh, the back got to it before. If they can get a hang on it. Yeah, there it goes. Rossford, spare attempt. And she won't get any more, so an 8 count for her in the 9th frame. Macy now, spare attempt. Picks it up. All right, 234, 194, 188, 616. Added to the 1804 is 24-20 for your boys. On the Rossford side, Baker games of 142, 161, 189 for a 492 Baker total. Add to 1792, 2284. So, yep, my scores match the coaches. So Lily picks up 9 on her first ball in the 10th frame, leaves the 6-pin. 9 count also for the Rossford anchor bowler, leaving the 5-pin. And she missed the 5-pin. So Rossford ending up with 94. Lily now, spare attempt here. Oh, and she just missed. I guess that was the 9th frame. They still have a 10th frame. That's right, Alexa's the anchor bowler in this one. So we're sitting at 118 in the 9th. Alexa, first ball, 10th frame. She comes in light, pickup of 7, leaving the 2, 4, and 8. Spare attempt underway, picks it up, she'll get one more. All right, Alexa's last ball, 10th frame. And she gets some. So Baker game of 138. So Lady Cats Baker games went 136, 137, 138. Baker total 411. And they won the match by 506 pins over Rossford, averaging 145.15. All right, we'll wait a minute here until we can get the official scores from the coaches. Remember, we've got a tournament coming up this weekend on Saturday. I don't remember the exact start time, but I think it's around 10 a.m. So we'll try and get the 2 live streams going again, one for the boys, one for the girls. Then on Monday, we have a match. I believe it's here at home against Ottawa Glandorf. And then on Tuesday, we have an away match in Toledo against Whitmer. So stay tuned to the channel. If you join the channel, you'll get notifications on when the upcoming matches are. So appreciate that. Like and subscribe, as they say. All right, let's go ahead and do this. I'm pretty confident in my scores. We'll get those posted for you guys to see. All right, so for Napoleon, 136, 137, 138. Baker total 411, 1476 in the regular season or regular matches, 1887 total. 107, 85, 94 was the Bakers, 286 total. Add that to the 1095 that they had in match play, 1381. Difference of 506, averaging 145. All right, I want to thank everybody who joins the live stream. Hope you guys enjoyed as much as I enjoy bringing it to you. And like I said, we'll have a match tomorrow, or a tournament tomorrow. I think the start time, like I said, I think it should be right around 10 o'clock or so. So as always, I'll end this by saying, go Wildcats!